Hi, my name is Amanda of Bmore Fitness. Thank you so much for joining my channel today. Today we are going to be doing some lovely deep stretches which are specifically for those of you who spend a large part of your day sitting, whether it's because you're driving a lot or maybe you're sitting at a desk for long periods of time. These stretches are specifically targeted to your body. So make sure that you are comfortable. Maybe grab some cushions, some blankets, and if you're wanting to get the most out of today, maybe light a scented candle or use some essential oils and play some beautiful soft music in the background. Before we get started, I would just like to ask you, if you are not already subscribed to my channel, to please hit that subscribe button and of course that bell icon as well, so that you can be notified each and every time I upload a new video. If you are of course returning, I'd like to thank you for your ongoing support. It really does mean the world. Now let's get started. And this is the perfect time to grab that cushion or that blanket and pop it underneath your bottom, because that's just going to lift your hips up a little higher so that you aren't squishing into your hips here and stopping blood from flowing very easily. So we want to be nice and comfortable. We're going to be here for a little bit, so make sure that you are feeling the comfort of the pose. All right, bring your shoulders over your hips, lengthen up equally through the front and back body. And that is also true of the front and the back of your neck. Often when we want to grow up tall, we start lifting up the chin, but really we want both sides of the neck to be lengthened. So lift up through the crown of your head. You might want to bring your palms up over your knees. You can either hold the palms open or bring your index and your thumb together. Now let's shut out all the activities that are around us. We're going to shut them off by closing our eyes. Try and bring awareness to the muscles in your face as you allow your eyelids to become heavy. Let your breath flow easily in and out of your body. And with each exhale, let your shoulders relax a little more. Try and create even breath. So breathing in and exhaling for the same amount of time. Remember, relaxation is a skill. The more we practice it, the better we become at it. So if today it's just not sitting well within your body, know that if you keep trying, each time will get a little easier. But for now, let's just focus on our breath. Follow your breath in and out through your body. Try and let go of the activities that have already taken place today. Try and let go of the thoughts of what still needs to be done. And just be here, right here in the moment. Following your breath, growing tall, and feeling all tension just evaporating from your body with each exhale. Now follow the guidance of my voice. Keep your eyes closed. Bring your right ear down towards your shoulder and half head roll over to the other side, taking your time over any areas that might be feeling tight. And within your own time, you're going to just rock side to side, only bringing the chin to the chest. Remember, we don't roll the neck backwards. The next time your right ear comes back down towards your right shoulder, hold it there And then bring your right hand onto your head, just gently applying some pressure through your fingertips without actually pulling your head down. So we're just applying a little bit of weight. Draw your left shoulder down and further away from your ear. And if you want to go a little further, extend your fingertips of your left hand down onto the mat and away from you, as far away from you as you can. And that will really engage the muscles through your neck and into your shoulder, maybe even down through your arm. Now draw your nose down towards your armpit. Hold it there. Once you find that spot that feels really good, and then inhale, bring your eye line back to center, even though the eyes are still closed. And we're going to do the same stretch over to the other side. So release your hand from your head, half head roll over towards the left hand side. Left hand comes up towards your head. Slightly draw your head down towards your shoulder. And then if you choose, extend your right hand down on the mat, reaching out as far away from you as you can. Now draw your nose down towards your armpit. Find that spot that needs the stretch today. Continue to breathe long, deep breaths. Inhale, nose moves to face forward. And half head roll, release your hand from your head. Bring your right ear to your shoulder and then bring your head up. You can open your eyes at this point unless you're happy to keep them closed. Let's reach the fingertips up all the way to the sky. Lift your heart as you bring the hands together. Pull your arms back as if you're trying to tuck your biceps behind your ears and try and lift up through the front body. So we're really trying to get a lovely gentle curve, lifting up from the belly button through the chest to the fingertips, taking everything up and over towards the back. Now drop your elbows, open them wide, coming into cactus pose. Maybe spread your fingers nice and wide and draw your elbows as far back as possible as you move down, slowly feeling that movement through the shoulder, and then extend the arms and straighten out your back. Let's do that one again. So inhale, reach up. Take these breaths super deep. Fill your lungs up. Hold the hands together. Pull them back. Lift up through your front body as you open up the chest to the sky. And the more you can pull your arms back, the more of a stretch you'll get through your shoulders. Take a deep breath in. Feel your ribs separating. And as you exhale, slowly open up your arms into that cactus pose, spreading your fingers nice and wide. And drawing your elbows down behind you and down towards your sides. Good. Let's do a few big shoulder rolls here. Good. All right. Let's bring that right hand across the body. Sit up tall first. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, draw your shoulders around to the back of the room. As you inhale, gently release a little bit of the stretch, but stay twisted. And exhale, let's go back, maybe even going a little deeper. And inhale, come on back a little bit. And one more time, exhale, twist. Really take your eye line as far around as you can as well. As you inhale, bring the body to face forward. And let's come over to the other side. Remember to take that chance to lift up first as you inhale, and then exhale, twist, take your shoulders and eye line around. With your inhale, just gently release the stretch. And exhale, move back into it a little deeper. Inhale, release. And exhale, twist. Good. With this next inhale, bring your body to face forward. Good. All right, we're going to make our way onto our hands and knees. So remove your cushion from your bottom, place it down out of the way, and come up onto hands and knees. So we always want to spread our fingers nice and wide. Bring knees under your hips, hands underneath your shoulders. And we're going to move into cat and cow. So with your breath in, lift your sitting bones and your heart. Let your belly drop. Careful not to crunch the back of your neck. And then as you exhale, pull the belly button to the sky as you tuck your chin and pelvis in towards your belly button. Now use your breath. Each inhale moving into cow, and each exhale lifting up into cat. Create space through each rib. As you come into cow, continue to push the ground away, lifting up from the very base of your belly. Lovely. Bring your back into a neutral position. We're going to really try and target the upper back, that space between the shoulder blades, as we come into yet another twist. So let's take the right arm and swoop it up to the sky. Spread your fingers wide. Roll the wrist for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Open that chest as much as you can. On your next exhale, thread your arm under the body, reaching towards the left-hand side. Bring your shoulder and your head to the floor. Let your whole body relax. Keep your hips up high, and then use your left hand on the floor to help with the twist. So really try and pull your left shoulder around. Now, the more you can reach with your right hand, the more of a stretch you're going to get between your shoulder blades, specifically on the right-hand side. If you take your eye line up, you might even get a stretch up into your neck. Keep holding here for another 2 breaths. And as you take that second exhale, keep your right arm in place, but bring your shoulders to look down towards your mat. So your arm is still across your chest, but both of your shoulders, your whole chest is looking down towards your mat. Bring your forehead to the floor, reach the left arm up overhead, and try and melt down through your chest using your body weight to create that stretch through your shoulder. Remember, you want to come to a place where it feels good. Don't try and overstretch the body. You're just trying to release some of the tension, and if that means staying a little shallow into your stretch, that's fine. Your body will let you know when it's ready to go a little deeper. Good. Now gently lift up just enough to pull your right arm out and reach it up overhead. You want to try and pull your hips directly over your knees and then melt your chest down towards the floor. Maybe you can bring your chin to the ground, maybe not. Maybe you need to bring some cushions underneath your elbows to help you come up a little higher. Now we are really working the shoulder area here and the chest and even the back region. See if you can relax a little more into the stretch. And take a deep breath in as you exhale, roll the spine and come back up onto all fours. And we're going to come back into cat and cow. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, round your spine. And 2 more times. Good. All right. Now let's bring the body back into a neutral position. This time, left arm is going to scoop up, reach fingertips to the sky, twist as much as you can, spread your fingers, roll your wrist for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Thread your arm all the way under the body, under your arm, reach over towards the right-hand side. And when you can't reach any further, bring your shoulder onto the floor and your head. Use your right hand on the floor to help twist your shoulders a little bit more and maybe take the eye line up. We once more are trying to get into that space between the shoulder blades, specifically on the left-hand side. So the more you can reach your fingertips away from you, the more you should get into that space. Take another deep breath in. On your exhale, bring your shoulders to face down towards the mat, keeping your arm across your chest. Forehead comes to the floor, reach your right arm overhead and try and melt down over your left arm to create that shoulder stretch. Can you relax a little more into the stretch? Allow yourself to let go. And take a deep breath, and as you exhale, lift up just enough to pull your left arm out. Come back into your puppy pose. If you want to go a little further, bring your hands together and slide them down your back as you continue to try and melt your chest down towards the floor. Again, you can keep a cushion or a blanket underneath your forehead or underneath your elbows. And try and let your chest melt down a little closer towards the ground. One more deep breath in. As you exhale, release your hands and roll your spine up, bringing your bottom onto your feet and coming into a seated position. Now, depending on your feet, this might be really uncomfortable for you. So you might want to just pop a little cushion, something fairly small underneath the top of your feet. We're going to push up onto our knees. You can also tuck your toes under if you prefer. Now, a big area in our body that really begins to tighten and the muscle actually begins to shorten, which in turn creates a lot of pain through the lower back and the hips, is this tiny muscle over here is called the hip flexor. And through a lot of sitting, this is a muscle that really shortens and needs more stretches than it actually gets. So we're going to do preparation for camel pose. If you're comfortable going into camel, you can. Otherwise, you can stay in preparation. So again, tuck the toes under if that's a good option for you. Hands come onto your bottom, squeeze your elbows back. Now we're coming into a back bend, but I don't want you to focus on arching your back. I actually want you to focus on pushing your hips forward and then leaning back. And that way you're going to get that stretch through the front of your legs and your hip. So squeeze the elbows back and push the hips as far forward as you can. And if it feels good, you can take your eye line up. But remember, the main focus is here. So once you get a good stretch, you can stay there. If you want to go a little deeper, bring your hands to your heels. One hand and then the other. If you want to go down a little deeper, then unravel the toes. And then bring your hands to your heels as you lift up the hips and try and create a beautiful long arch from your knees through your hips to your chest and to the top of your head. And take one more deep breath in, and if you're in camel, release one hand to come all the way up. Well done. All right, let's come into a wonderful stretch in our pigeon pose. So come back onto hands and knees. I'm actually going to turn my mat so that you can see a little more easily. We're going to slide the right leg forward. So bring your right knee towards your right hand, and your left hand and your right foot are going to come as close to each other as you can. So it is quite difficult to bring your foot further forward, but that's what we're aiming for. So in time, try and get your foot a little closer towards your hand. So if it's closer to your body today, that's fine. Just come into a pose that you can get into. You can put a cushion underneath this thigh or underneath your back thigh if you need some added support here. You can also stack up cushions in front of you so that you're not leaning quite so far forward if you want to do that. So there's two elements of this stretch that we're going to be working on. First of all, we want to get into our glute, another area that always needs a lot of stretching, but also the hip flexor of your back leg. Let's just take some time sitting up tall, maybe rocking side to side. Take time to breathe deeply, maybe close your eyes. Allow yourself to accept this deep state of relaxation and calm. Continue to breathe deeply, feeling your breath move through your body like a wave of calm, starting from your nostrils and moving all the way down to your toes. But we're going to come over onto the other leg in just a moment, so you may need to just take some time to remove all the cushions. And then when you're ready, push into your hand, slide that knee back, and come over onto the other side. Remember, we always move slowly, especially if we've been in a stretch that's quite deep. So to give our bodies a bit of a chance to adapt to the new positioning. Try and pull this hip down towards your foot. And then find that pose that you can get into, that you are enjoying the stretch. Not overstretching, but also getting into a position where you can really feel your muscles begin to ease and let go of the tightness and tension that we create for ourselves through posture and through lack of activity. Hopefully some of you have some standing desks, but if not, these stretches are even more important for you. Remember just to rock gently side to side. We're not rushing through any movement, and if you want to hold the stretch, you can definitely do that. The rocking just gives us an opportunity to feel the different elements of the stretch, and you'll find out pretty quickly where you want to hold and enjoy. All right, let's take one more deep breath in. And then remove your cushions, and when ready, pull your knee in. And then come down onto your bottom for Shavasana. All right, so feel free to come all the way down onto your back, or you can remain seated as we really try and find some sense of calm, some sense of quiet and relaxation. So just by closing our eyes, we already shut out about 85% of the craziness that keeps going through our minds. So as soon as you feel comfortable, close your eyes. Begin to bring your awareness back to your breath. With each exhale, feel your body letting go and surrendering. Allow your eyelids to get a little heavier. Feel your expression disappearing. And feel that sense of calm washing over your body from the top of your head down to your toes. As you let go, as you trust that you are in a safe space, and that you can let go of everything completely and utterly. I want you to take yourself to a place in your mind, a place that you've been to before, a place where you felt so calm and serene. Maybe it's a place out in nature, but maybe it's a place in your home. If it's a place where you can completely let go and relax and just be in the moment, then that's the place to go to. As you see yourself sitting in this calming environment, begin to feel that harmony, that balance, overwhelming all of your body, your mind, and your heart. I'm going to count backwards from 5, and with each number you're going to feel more and more relaxed, sinking deeper and deeper into a state of calm. Know that you are in full control. This is not a hypnosis. You are completely relaxed, but completely aware and in control. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Over the next several breaths, take time to experience this environment, taking in the beauty, the sounds, the smells, the textures. When I begin to speak again, you will not be startled. You will be ready to come out of Shavasana. It is now time to return to our day. I'm going to count up from 1 to 5, and with each number that I reach, you will feel more alive, more awake, more energized. Your mind will feel clearer and more focused. You'll feel ready to take on each and every element of your day and week ahead. 1, 2, 3, wiggle your fingers and your toes. 4, open your eyes. 5, reach your arms up overhead and give yourself a nice big stretch. Noticing how wonderful you feel in your body, but also in your mind and your heart. If you are lying down, make your way into a seated position. Bring your hands to your heart. With much love and a huge recognition of the bright light that shines within us all. Namaste.